Morning fam, so I want to try something different. The reason being is I've usually always watched Dave Chappelle, and I figured how fair is that we only watch somebody that I like? So I took a few different comedians. One is Joe Rogan and Jim Gaffigan to kind of give you a variety. Joe Rogan is more, he's been in the business probably as long as Dave Chappelle. And Jim Gaffigan is more family based, to where minimal swearing, minimal any kind of sexual content. Joe Rogan is that wild card. Dave Chappelle is going to speak on Dave Chappelle things, more the black community as a collective, racial things. If you guys don't know, Dave Chappelle is my favorite comedian of all time. The second one is Cat Williams. It's just always been that way. But I also love Jim Gaffigan. I just love funny people. I love Jim Carrey. I mean, I could go on and tell you all these people. Joe Rogan is funny. Not too familiar with Joe Rogan, but my husband told me that a lot of people like him, so I just threw him in there so we can have a mixed bag. So I want you guys to watch this. I just put small clips, maybe 5 minutes and under, and then I want you guys to kind of vote to tell me who you thought was the funniest, and then tell me what comedian you guys like, so that at least maybe once a week, or every 2 weeks, I can do a mix-up of 3 comedians that we can watch. Hopefully it'll work. We'll see. I mean, there's always going to be something different.
Okay. But I'm also telling you right now that I'm not going out like Bruce Jenner. That's right, politically correct San Francisco.
Wow.
Here's my take on this Bruce Jenner thing. And, everybody has their own. Not really. This is what everybody's take is. This is the take that you're supposed to have. He's always been a woman trapped in a man's body. Maybe. Definitely maybe. Definitely people are like that. Definitely there are people who were born in the wrong gender. And am I saying they should stay their gender? No, who gives a fuck? You should do whatever you want to do. You should be happy. You should be free. I don't care what you do. But it's also possible that maybe, if you live with crazy bitches long enough, you become one. That's all I'm saying. I don't see this discussed. It is entirely possible. If you put a praying mantis on a leaf, it becomes the color of the leaf. Why? Because it wants to live. It wants to survive. It wants to be accepted by its environment. You show me a man who's lived with the Kardashians for 10 years who didn't come out a chick, and then we'll have some data, okay? Because right now we lost a fucking American Olympian, and I want you to have some respect. You're down Bruce Jenner, and I've got a close eye on Kanye West, and I don't exactly like what I'm seeing.
I feel you, man. I didn't want Kanye to go.
Look at Kanye West. He's a very talented, young, heterosexual man who starts a clothing line. He's clearly jealous about Taylor Swift, and he tweets like a coked up stripper in the middle of the night. You don't see what I'm seeing? We are watching the plot of a fucking Stephen King book play out. An American athletic hero moves in with a woman who's made hundreds of millions of dollars through no way anyone can explain to anyone. He breaks up with her, she turns him into a chick. The whole world tells him he's beautiful. You tell me you won't see what I'm seeing. You have to say she's beautiful. She's beautiful. She's not beautiful, and neither am I. Look, I look like a thumb with 2 thumbs. You put me in a dress, I'd be even more disgusting. Beauty's unusual. There's a lot of cool shit that isn't beautiful. 60-year-old dudes in skirts are on that list. Jesus fucking Christ! What kind of games are we playing here? Why are you lying to children? That's beautiful. What are my kids gonna think when they see a mountain or a rose? The world's gone fucking bananas!
What you're saying is horribly transphobic and incredibly regressive. And you should be embarrassed at what you're doing. You're doing this just to get laughs at someone else's expense.
Maybe!
Nice.
Or maybe Bruce Jenner lived with demons. Maybe they waited by the bed until they knew he was in heavy REM sleep, so they could assume their true form. Climb up and kick off their designer shoes to reveal Black Raven's claws and clutch the edge of the bed and just whispered in his ear. We would like you better if you were one of us.
Very flexible.
I can't be one of you. I was born a man.
Nonsense!
Nonsense. You no longer can be held prisoner by the gender of your birth. You're free. Your lips are too thin for the cover of Vanity Fair. What? Wait. Did you say the cover? Are you fucking with me? You know the cover's always been my dream.
It can be real!
It can be real. All dreams can be real through surgery. Sleep.
Wow. That was craziness, but cool. Let's watch Dave next. Why a little bit of racism
You know, this is
good
my
for us.
our grandmother used to sing that when she cleaning up. That's a Negro spiritual. Black work song. Not everybody know about that. I know. See, white people, you guys might.
By the way, I do not own any of this content. I will put the links to each one, to Joe Rogan, Dave Chappelle, and Jim Gaffigan in the description. So if you want to watch more of these comedians on your own, you are more than welcome.
Might whistle when you work. You dig? But that's how you can tell what kind of work we're actually doing.
That's how I get it, whistling like that.
I study that kind of. I do anything that has to do with race. I read a little here, see a little there, and I travel. That's always good. Traveling has made me a racism connoisseur, if you will. You know, it's different from region to region. Anyone ever been down south? So you guys know what I'm talking about. And the racism down there is just...
You guys can probably have seen this one too many times.
Stew to a perfection. It's comfortable, it's out in the open. There are no secrets in Mississippi. Everybody knows the deal. Morning, nigger. Morning, sir.
Yes.
Not up here. You hit the big cities, man. It's different. It's always a secret. And we should do like them. We should keep our shit out in the open, then a little. I mean, with limits. You don't want to say whatever comes to your mind. That might be a little much. White dude be walking down the street minding his business, and brother walk up to him, hello, you white oppressor, you slave master rapist of Africa. Why, hello, my big lip spear chucking friend. Touche, honky. So, Whitey, what did you do today, huh? Oppress a new land and make the people there Christians against their will?
That laugh.
What did you do, fellow? Burn those big black lips on a crack pipe as you miss your job interview? Easy, Whitey, you're cutting deep. All this chit-chat has got me thirsty. You will excuse me for a moment. I'm going to go to the Korean store and get something to drink. Chilling. Hello. You slanted-eyed, ruining the economy in our neighborhood by opening stores and taking the money out the community. Chink. Well, good afternoon, you browse around but never buy anything, suspicious-looking nigga. After a while, that might be too much. But you can't help it. If you're an American, you're a racist. We brought up from the beginning to think in generalizations. We never look at the individual. We rarely look at the individual. I'm a racist. I know I'm a racist. You know how I know? 'Cause the other day I caught myself being racist against myself. There's so much going on, I got mixed up. Forgot whose team I was on. One time I was reading the paper, man, this story came on about this guy was suing a department store because they wouldn't let him play Santa Claus, you know, because he's black. And I was actually, like, relieved when the department store beat him. That's bad. But I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for the idea of a black Santa Claus, man. That would suck. So we wouldn't get our presents to the 28th, 29th.
I never remember why, what the reason is.
Santa got caught up with some Vegas. I had to sell some toys to get back, shit. Where them cookies at?
I know way too much about Dave Chappelle. It'll be another time when I'll tell you guys all about Dave Chappelle. But one thing I do know, there was one in his, he was a bit younger, and he was talking about a baby being on the street corner. I know probably a lot of you have seen that one. At that particular show, Charlie Sheen was in the audience. Charlie Sheen laughed so hard that he ruptured his hernia and had to be rushed to the hospital. At that moment, Charlie Sheen had said, "This man is the funniest man in the world. Funniest man I've ever seen in my life." And a lot of people feel that same way because he's just funny. Dave Chappelle has been funny like that since he was very young. And he used to work for some, let's just say, suspiciously criminal people. Okay, and so this is Jim Gaffigan. You guys don't go away. Don't sleep on Jim Gaffigan. I'm telling you, you will miss out. This is Camping, Waking Up, and Bacon. This is an excellent one. I made sure to get the best one, okay?
I married a woman who loves to camp, and I am what you would call indoorsy. I'm surprised we can still get people to camp. Hey, want to burn a couple of vacation days sleeping on the ground outside? No. What if I told you to get to crab standing up in the woods? I still wouldn't want to go. You'll wake up freezing, covered in a rash. All right, I'll go. My wife always brings up, camping's a tradition in my family. Hey, it was a tradition in everyone's family till we came up with a house. My parents never took me camping. You know why? because they loved me. If it's so great outside, why are all the bugs trying to get in my house? Some places you have to pay to camp. You have to pay to sleep outside. That's gotta be insulting to the homeless people. Happy camper. Has anyone ever really been a happy camper? Because whenever we use that term, we're being sarcastic. He is not a happy camper. Well, why don't we just call him a camper? He's miserable. You know who's a happy camper? The guy leaving the campsite. He's the happiest camper. He gets to take a shower. I probably wouldn't be so scared if I wasn't sleeping in a bag. Hey, let's pre-package ourselves for the serial killer. I can't get away, can you? I can hop for a little, but I'm dead meat. You ever have to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night? You always look at your friends, nice knowing you. And want to come and get killed with me, or you want to get killed looking for me? We're all dead. And it's not just serial killers, there's bears out there. Last time I went, we got this pamphlet that said if a bear approaches, you're supposed to play dead. Really? We're going to rely on my acting skills? Play dead? Who came up with that? Maybe the bears? Play dead, cover yourself in honey, climb on a large white plate. Don't try to run away from us. I mean the bears. As if bears have some ethical code. Hey, I don't mess with dead bodies. I'm a bear, not an animal.
Sounds like he's from New
That
York.
was the worst impression of a bear ever.
Yeah.
I don't even know why we're camping where there's wild animals. That would be a selling point for anything else. Yeah. Oh, it's a beautiful golf course. Plus, around the 9th hole, there's a pack of wolves. If they start charging at you, just play through. I'm indoorsy. The only thing I like to do outside is lie in a hammock. You know, it's hard to do anything once you get in a hammock because you can't get out. It's like a giant net for catching lazy people. Can't even drink in this. All you can do is relax. Yeah? Never see someone crying in a hammock. My life is... Oh, this is delightful. You ever get in a hammock with someone else? You better be dating them. Because it looks like you're trying to start a family. I got in a hammock with my cousin. He still won't talk to me.
Oh, God.
That's dirty. Of course, the hammock's just the outdoor bed. You know. I find it hard to get out of a regular bed. It's always sad in the morning. You're like, I'm gonna miss you. You were wonderful last night. I didn't want it to end. We never want it to end, right? That's why there's the snooze bar. As my first decision of the day, I will go back to bed. How many plans has the snooze bar destroyed? Yeah. You wake up, you know what? I'm not going to the gym this morning. Snooze. 8 minutes later, you hear the alarm. You know what? I took a long shower yesterday. Snooze. 8 minutes later, you hear the alarm. You know what? I always wanted to go on welfare. Snooze. The best is when you wake up, you look at the clock, and you see you still have time to sleep. It's like finding $1,000. This is my lucky day/night/day! Love bed. Breakfast in bed, that's like a fantasy, isn't it? Bacon, my greasy lover. Bacon's the best. Even the frying of bacon sounds like applause. It's like, you want to know how good bacon is? To improve other food, they wrap it in bacon. If it weren't for bacon, we wouldn't even know what a water chestnut is. Thank you, bacon. Sincerely, Water Chestnut III. And those bits of bacon are like the fairy dust of the food community. You don't want this baked potato? Bring! Now it's your favorite part of the meal. Not interested in a salad? Bibbidi bobbidi bacon!
That's right.
I just turn it into an entree. But once you put bacon in a salad, it's no longer a salad. It just becomes a game of find the bacon in the lettuce.
It's true.
It's like you're panning for gold. Eureka! Bacon. The only bad part about bacon is it makes you thirsty for more bacon. I never feel like I get enough bacon. At breakfast, it's like they're rationing it. Here's your 2 strips of bacon. I want more!
Yes.
Whenever you're at a brunch buffet and you see that big metal tray filled with 4,000 pieces of bacon, don't you almost expect a rainbow to be coming out of it? I found it! I found the source of all bacon! That bacon tray is always at the end of the buffet. You regret all the stuff on your plate.
I just have to tell you this. We usually, this is before the kids, we would go to the coast, and we would always go to these really nice buffets at the coast and drink mimosas, and Jedi would always get heaps and heaps of bacon. Plates that were this big. I took pictures. Filled with bacon. Scared me. It scared me so much, but he loved bacon. I think it scared the people there too, because those big metal trays that they would have filled with bacon, he was just always there. And I would smile because this is exactly what he sounds like, eating bacon. Ugh. But yeah. Yeah, I just had to tell you that.
What am I doing with all this worthless fruit? I should have waited. Bacon. How many bacon jokes is this guy gonna do? I mean, I like bacon, but come on. I bet if you put bits of bacon on a strip of bacon, you could travel back in time. It's like a tasty vortex. It would be kind of redundant for me because I would just travel back to when I was eating bacon. Be a bacon to bacon time space continuum. Bacon. That's got to be the end of the bacon jokes.
Nope.
I even like the name Bacon.
Like Kevin
You can't
Bacon?
tell me the success of Kevin Bacon isn't somehow tied to his name.
There you go. That could be true.
You're not going out to see a Kevin hot dog movie. Who's in this movie? Kevin Bacon? Oh, sounds good. If he does another bacon joke, I'm gonna kill him.
Alright, guys. I hope you liked it. Now remember, when you do hit the like button, if you do, tell me which comedian you liked the most. That way I can take that comedian and whoever is your favorite comedian, and that way the next time we do this, whoever gets the most, like, say everybody likes Kevin Hart the most, or I don't know, Joe Rogan the most, or Stephen Colbert, or whomever gets the most names in the comments, that will be going to the next round. So it will be like one of the 3 of these guys, and you know, like that. If you guys don't understand, then DM me. Okay, love you guys.